Down South quarterbacks, DSQB, owner operator, Eric Thomas. You know, this is our first video. I said I was going to get a video out. You know, I've been working on things, and here we go. I'm from the Middle Georgia area, Middle Georgia quarterback alumni, and this is something that I always wanted to do and give back to the thriving football community that we have. And I just want to give back and, you know, just put some of the ballers that we got in Middle Georgia on the radar. So it's coming right now. 10, Jake Maxwell, quarterback, senior, out of Veterans High School in Kathleen, Georgia. This season, he had 101 completions out of 155 attempts, 1,296 yards, 65% completion percentage, 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and 6 games played. He, I think he broke his collarbone halfway through the year, man. So, you know, speedy recovery is Jake. You know, me and him chopped it up a little bit. He's very underrated, man. He has one of the big cannons. You know, that's why I like to call him. You know, you got that cannon arm. You throw it deep, and you know he got a good deep ball on him. He's consistent. He's a good leader. He's been a starter out there for the last 2 years that I know. You know, he's real baller, man. I hope he ends up getting some offers in recruitment. Number 9, Judd Anderson. Judd Anderson is a quarterback who started the year at Jones County High School. Then he transferred to Warner Robins High School, both in Middle Georgia. They were both in the same region, I think. I actually don't have any stats on them this year. I was trying to look them up. Couldn't find any stats on them. Kind of been, you know, on my radar over the last couple of years anyway. He's one of the highly touted recruits in the Middle Georgia area. And yeah, they did pretty good this year. Warner Robins, he took Warner Robins to, you know, a deep playoff run. You know, shout out Judd Anderson, man. I don't know if I can clip the huddle clips on here yet, but if I can, I'm gonna clip some stuff in. I'll let you check them out, man. My boy baller. Number 8, Marquies Lattner. Out of Macon, Georgia, man. Rutland High School. My boy is a baller. You hear me? My boy is a dual threat quarterback, senior. You know, he's really an athlete. He's not a pure style quarterback. So, you know, that's one of the things about him. But when you watch him and when you watch him play, you wouldn't even know he has a smooth throwing motion. I worked with him one time, and his release is quick, and he throws it smooth. You know what I'm saying? Real quick and smooth. He gonna get it out, and he can throw under pressure. He make plays, and Rutland won some games this year. You know what I'm saying? You know, Rutland is a program that, you know, that slept on in the city, but you know, I think he was one of them players that definitely, you know, made an impact over the last couple of years. So I definitely got to give him a shout out. He did 100 completions out of 179 attempts with 1,185 yards, 56 completion percentage. He also had 163 carries for 1,024 yards, averaging 6.2 yards per carry and 27 total touchdowns. So my boy Marquies Lattner was balling, man, like for sure. Like, you know, once again, man, I'm gonna find some clips. I'm gonna throw it in there so you can check them out, man. My boy is that deal. You know, recruiters, man, go tap in. You know, I'll leave some information in the description and all the players, man. Y'all go recruit these guys. Number 7, Matt Nelson is a quarterback out of Forsyth, Georgia. Out of the 478 up there at Mariperson High School, sophomore. He wasn't the starter, and he eventually, you know, worked his way into the starting role. And you know, once he got in there, man, I remember just tuning in, and I always seeing him making a play, being poised. Like I really like him. You know what I'm saying? He really doesn't look like that guy, but he's that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's fearless. He's gonna stand in that pocket. He's gonna deliver the ball, and the Marion offense. He has control of that offense, and I really love to see that. So shout out to Matt Nelson, man. I tapped in with him a couple times, and he's a good kid, and he's gonna have Marion in a good place over the next couple of years. He had 95 completions for 163 attempts, 1,455 yards, 58% completion percentage, 9 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. Like, remember what I said, he's a sophomore. I believe he can, decrease those interceptions and, score more touchdowns. Man, he'll be all right, man. I believe, also just taking Marion, deeper into the playoffs. They did pretty good this year. But be looking out for that name, Matt Nelson, number 7. Number 6, Kaleb Scarbary, man, here out of Macon, Georgia, at Ace Academy. My boy Kaleb, man, I got love for him, man. I came out there and I worked out with him out there at Ace, and just to see his game, cause everybody know, man, I just love quarterbacking, man. So I go tap in with all the kids. I see what they got going on, and one thing about him, he's very detail orientated. He has a great coach out there, and he's all in. He's locked all the way in. He's training. He's on the the taller side. Has an arm and has good touch on the ball. So the deep ball is very pretty. He brings the nose down, on the deep balls, and it's good to see that. Early on in your game, playmaker, do the ball. I wish he could have went further, man, with it, but I know he set the foundation. He set a great foundation for Ace, man. Ace played some good football over the last couple of years for sure. Kaleb did, according, and all the stats are according to Max Preps, by the way, too. 99 completions for 165 attempts, 1,605 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. So that kind of shows you how methodical he is. He definitely takes care of the ball. He's not just out there, just throwing them out there and stuff. So yeah, man. Once again, if I can clip it in, I'm gonna clip some plays, and these boys some ballers, man. He definitely gotta catch some of that. Number 5. We're at number 5. Devin Edmonds. Now he was the backup quarterback to number 9 on our list, Judd Anderson. And once Judd Anderson left, he eventually assumed the starting role. And he only, I think Jones County only, I think they only were behind 1 round in the playoffs. So it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? It was, so Devin Edmonds, he came in, and, it was really not much of a drop off. He came in and produced, and he stepped up. And it was dope to see. It was a dope story to pay attention to. I paid attention to it. I want to get a chance to work with him. I definitely think the kid is a baller. Him and the receiver that's out there, I think his name is Tyler, man. They have a good connection. And that receiver right there, he's a baller too. But Devin on the year, he did 174 completions out of 276 attempts. Jones County they were airing it out for a 63% completion percentage. He had 34 touchdowns and 11 interceptions with 263 rushing yards on the ground. So Yeah, man, like I said, my boy was balling, man. My boy was balling. For 2,818 yards, too. Yeah, so my boy was balling, man. My boy, my boy was balling. He kept Jones kind of in now, so that was dope to see after the transfer. Number four. Now, number four is a previous entry from last year. Chase Dupree. Chase Dupree out of Southwest Highschool here in Macon, Georgia. Another thing that I kind of want to mention with rating the quarterbacks is strength of schedules, quality of teams, quality of coaching, like the whole quantitative information. Like we got to throw it all into consideration, the age of each individual quarterback. And Chase is in his second year at Southwest. Southwest has been, rebuilding. And I think now they're in a good spot. After the last couple of years making the playoffs and making a push in the region that they're playing in. Chase was a big part of that. Being the lead over there at Southwest. He had a game this show. I think he threw 8 touchdowns in one game. So, that says a lot for itself. Like I said, if I had a film, throw it in there. But my boy is a baller, man. He had 148 completions out of 243 attempts for 2,545 yards. He had a 60.9 completion percentage for 25 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. And he also ran for 107 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. So Chase Dupree, man, it was I didn't get to catch a game this year, but I already I pulled up, want to work, and he gonna be something. He gonna be, boy, that gonna be something serious, coming up. So yeah, I'll be on the lookout, man. He can hoop too, so I don't know if he gonna hoop or play football, but Southwest quarterback position, man, they got it in good hands right now. Also, fun fact, he's the son of Joe Dupree, head coach of Southwest. So they got a father-son duo situation, and what I'm saying, it's working. It's dope to see. So shout out to Southwest and shout out to Chase Dupree, number 4. Number 3, AJ Hill Jr., Houston County. One of my favorite quarterbacks that's come out of Middle Georgia in the last couple of years for sure. He got a big frame, tall, got the arm. He got all the intangibles. He's killing it over there at Southwest, not Southwest, at Houston County. The last couple of years, I know they had a couple upset losses, but I feel like this is the year you're going to see, his back up against the wall, and you're going to really see the kind of quarterback he is. And I know he got it in him. I know he really got it in him. So, this year right here going to be the year, This year he kind of, I wouldn't say he regressed. It just, everything kind of hit a ceiling, and things didn't go expected. And this is going to be the year where you really get to prove who you are as a quarterback. And I definitely think he got what it takes to play, in the NFL level. So, for sure, keep him on your radar. He completed 203 passes for 312 attempts for 2,732 yards, a 65% completion percentage, 31 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He also rushed for 3 touchdowns on the year. Very productive quarterback, arm, mechanics. He has it all. He's going to be one of those big recruits coming out of Middle Georgia. So, just stay tuned into him, man. Just see what he going to have next year. He going to have a big year for sure. All right. Down to the top 2, man. Y'all drop down in the comments, man. Who you think going to be the top 2 quarterbacks in Middle Georgia this year? You know what I'm saying? I love, just my thoughts on the Middle Georgia football scene, man. It's dope. we in a good space. You know, even from when I was playing when I was younger, I feel like the football skill has developed a lot. You know, a lot of quarterbacks are coming in, you know, training, and you know, it's really getting serious. And you know, I just love to see it. You know, I'm real meticulous about, you know, the mechanics and, you know, when I coach and things like that. So I love to see, you know, at that high school level, quarterbacks already have it together and, you know, real methodical with their mechanics and careful with the ball. I'll be like, man, that's what I love right there. But let's get into the top two. Number 2, Jakhari Williams out of FPD here in Macon, Georgia. Jakhari Williams is a baller, man. Baller. He'll run you over. He gonna throw it over your shoulders. He gonna throw it over your head. He gonna jump in. He gonna do a front flip over you. My boy, he's something serious. I got a chance to work out with him, and you know he's throwing deep balls almost the whole length of the field. I was like, yeah, okay, he's something serious. I know he the real deal. But he was top 10 last year, you know, when I put him on the list. But there was his stats for the year. He did 124 completions for 201 attempts. He threw for 23 touchdowns for 11 interceptions. And also ran for 1,290 yards. He 11 interceptions. He also ran for 129 carries for 674 yards and 15 touchdowns in 12 games played. And he also won FPD's first state championship. And I can't remember the exact year. I don't have the notes in front of me, but I know it was a very long time. He brought a championship to Macon. You know, you gotta give, you know, people some edge for winning. And, you know what I'm saying? You know, he definitely gets some credit for doing that. And it's dope to, you know, have him go out as a senior, as a champion. One, my boy, Colter Ginn. Colter Ginn, man, is a baller, man. You know, transferring in a pair, you know, trying to do the tall order, man. It was a tall order, and you know, things like that don't always work out. You know, I know for sure. You know, so it was something I had to see, and I kept a close eye on it the whole year. He let me check my notes. How many games played was it? I don't have how many games played right in front of me. I would say 11 games. And 11 games played because he broke his hand. You know, I remember he broke a finger, he broke his hand. He had a hand injury, so he had some adversity during the year. And he still threw for 32 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, man. 3,400 yards, 3,499, 390 attempts, 235 completions. You know what I'm saying? My boy balled out. He went to Perry, and, like, they was whooping everything. Like, he throwing dots, he throwing bombs. Like, he that deal. You know, he put himself on the map at Peach County. You know, last year he was kind of slept on. But he really showed his talent this year. And, you know, that was good to watch. That was dope to see. I think he's signed to be a preferred walk-on at UGA. So who knows? He might be, you know, your Bulldogs' future quarterback. You know, he has the ability to. I don't doubt him at all. You know, he went in there and also won Perry a state championship. You know, so that's what I was saying. Like, that was deep, and that was a lot, you know, for them. So that was impressive to see, man. Shout out to Colter Ginn, man. He's our number 1 quarterback this year. Top 10 down south quarterback list, man. Y'all subscribe to the YouTube. We're going to be dropping all type of content. We're going to be, you know, showing the Middle Georgia football players some love, especially the quarterbacks. We're going to be, you know, showing some of the training. We're going to be training all summer working on our game. Quarterbacks, man, y'all tap in, y'all come train. And even, you know, some of the quarterbacks on the list, we got some high profile guys, but y'all come back and give back to those before you, man, and really show them the game, and let's just keep pushing the game forward. Let's keep pushing the quarterbacks forward. You know, I really love quarterbacking, man. But appreciate you guys tuning in, man. We're gonna sign out, man. Peace.